Hi, this is Jackie from Bronx Baubles, and I'm going to should be showing you my costume ring collection. Um, Here is where I keep all my costume jewelry, the rings, and I'm just going to get started giving you a show. Um, this ring here is a ring, you can see. It's a Buddha ring, and it has a bindi with big ears and chubby face, really adorable. I recently got this maybe in the last few months, and I believe it's an alto ring. So not a very high quality ring per se, but it's still a lovely ring. This ring here is a 1980s ring. I got this at the thrift store. It's a little big on me, but I loved it because I loved the weight of it, so I can feel it in my hands, and the swirl that matches with just about anything. Um, this ring is by PJM. I don't know who the designer is, but it looks like a quality ring, and I do wear it often. This ring here, this is a nice Alex and Ani ring. Yes, Alex and Ani. Look at that ring. This ring here is like a mystic topaz, or I think they might even call this a watermelon stone. Really quality made piece. The nice thing about this ring is that it has an adjustable band so that it fits just about any size finger. Again, by Alex and Annie, really cool ring. This ring here is a ring that I purchased at one of those fairs, Carnelian stones. This also has an adjustable band, and this ring has an ethnicity about it, and I can't tell you much about it. I think it's made with brass, and I do wear it often with my carnelian bangles. This ring here is a cool ring by Ann Taylor, I think it, yeah, Ann Taylor, and it has rhinestones all throughout the round rim of the ring. It's a heavy quality ring, and it has fur. So you can get rings that are made from all different types of material. This one happens to be fuchsia fur. Um, Here's another interesting cool ring. It's an adjustable ring. It can fit any finger, and it's called a tickle ring. Yeah, that's cool. A tickle ring. And basically you run it through your lover's body and it tickles them. Isn't that sensuous? And it does tickle. Love this ring. Unfortunately, I've never worn it, and nor have I ever used it. And I think I bought this in a catalog because I've never seen anything like it before, and so I had to get it. This ring here is a very high quality made ring. Um, it has beautiful like peridot stones, and it's very well made. And I think I got this at HSN, to be honest. And I do wear this. I haven't worn it in quite some time, but I do like the colors on it. It's very cool. Here's another carnelian ring, and again it's adjustable so that it can fit any size finger. I don't know what it says. I don't know if you can see that it has an etching in it, and it's made with carnelian, and it's etched, and it has a saying. And if anybody knows what that saying is, please let me know. But this is a really cool ring, and I love it. I just wish I knew what it said. Okay. This ring is a vintage ring. It's, I believe, maybe even from the 30s, and it has an Art Deco appeal to it with the stepping stones here, the retro cocktail ring, probably late 30s into the 40s, perhaps. It's fake. It's not real. Doesn't even fit my finger. I think I only paid a couple of bucks for it, $3 or $4, and I had to get it because I actually have a few rings very similar to this one that are real, and I will be showing you that in another video. This here ring is a Lucite ring, and as you can see, it's see-through here, but when you look at it face forward, you can see a beautiful design of two flowers. This is a reverse carved ring, so that it's carved on the reverse side, and then painted in gold. And when you look at it, it looks magnified on the dome side. And it's a really cool ring. Doesn't even fit me, but I thought I love the concept that I ended up buying this, I believe, at the thrift store. This is a ring that I used to wear quite often, actually. It's a very cheap ring. It's even faded on the other side, but it's square and the stone is very bright. And I've used this ring many, many, many times. I like the nice little carving. It's really inexpensive ring, and I can't even tell you where I bought it or how much I paid for it, but I do use it quite often. This is the ring that I purchased. There was a time where I was like stuck on Aurora Borealis rings, and this has rhinestones. Look how it glistens. Isn't that pretty? And Aurora Borealis, sometimes they call it just AB stones. This one's in silver, and this one, which is very similar to it, and I believe I bought it at the same time, is gold. So we got the gold and the silver. One is square, one is round, and they both are, you know, cocktail rings. And they're a lot of fun to wear, and I do get compliments when I wear them. Don't be shy to wear your stuff, you know. I used to be really, really shy to wear my stuff, but whenever I wear them, especially if I'm going out for drinks and I'm flashing this big, big old honker of a ring, people like them. And they come up to me and they say, oh, I love that. This it has a little gray to it. And this is a vintage dome ring. And it's not signed by anything, but it is a quality ring. You can see that the stones are prong set. And there's many prongs to each stone. So it's not a cheaply made ring. It's a really well-made ring. And here are two rings, both from Jaicro. Jaicro, they don't really sell a lot of rings. They sell beautiful jewelry, and I'll show you some of my Jaicro jewelry that I bought. These two rings here are very similar. They have very small bands. One is multicolored. The other one is just crystal with moonstones. These are a lot of fun to wear, and I do wear them when I go out with my girlfriends, and sometimes I wear them to work. Oops. This is a ring that I remember purchasing when maybe 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. It's after 10 years, it's all blurred to me, but I liked it because it had that European look to it, and I love red stones. I think this is a Nicky Butler ring, and it is a QVC ring. And I've seen these on the secondary market, and I think they were like $100, and I don't remember paying that much for it. This is a cool ring here, and I've had this ring for over 30, it might even be over 30 years. Yeah, that's how long. And it is missing some stones. Each of these things should have tiny little stones, and they've disappeared and can be easily replaced. But this ring is considered a poison ring, and what you do is you put your poison in there, close the door, and then when you're at a counter and you have some drinks and the person, just flip it over and there's the arsenic. Or you can use it as, put some pills in there, aspirin. But I've had this ring for a very, very long time, and there is no maker's mark on it, so I can't even tell you who made it. This is a ring that I purchased about 15 years ago. I'm trying to see if I see a mark, and I think it was Guess. Yeah, Guess. I think I got this in the 2000s, around that time frame, and it kind of reminded me of those old cocktail rings from the 70s or 60s. Purple amethyst ring, sits well on the finger. It is sort of heavy, so I like the heavy rings, so I want to know that it's there. Some people don't like the heavy rings, but I'm used to them because I have a lot of rings and I wear them often. So that's a cool ring. Here's another ring. I'm looking for the designer on it. Can't find the designer, but the colors of this ring is really, really cool. You have the turquoise and the faux coral with the little grayish green stone. That's a nice little ring. This ring here is a hunker of a ring. It is somewhat heavy. The stones are all prong set. A lot of different stones on there. Bring it up forward, bring it back. Silver. I haven't really worn this ring too often, but it is a good quality made ring. This ring here, I've worn this, and out of all the rings that I have, I would have to say this is perhaps the most uncomfortable ring of all. But I do wear it, and I have matching necklace that goes with this ring. And I think the stone is like a dragon's breath stone of some sort. And as you can see, it's not adjustable. And it's really uncomfortable. It almost gets to my knuckles, and I don't know, but I do wear it because I like the stone. Very similar to the reverse carved ring. This is a ring that has, I don't know if you can see it, but it has the image of an angel inside. But unlike the reverse carved ring, this is not reverse carved. If the carving must be somewhere on the plastic must be covering the ring itself. I don't know how it's made, but it's not a reverse carved ring, although it looks like it. And as you can see, there's a gorgeous little angel. Not the most comfortable ring, but it's still cool. The color is great. This is an actual carnelian glass ring, and when you put this ring on, you can feel the cold stone like on it. And it could break because I have 2 of these rings and the other one broke. I don't even recall where I bought this ring at or how much I paid for it, but it's a cool ring. Here are 2 more Jaicro rings that are very similar. As I said before, Jaicro is not really known for their rings. At least I don't know it for their rings, but I seem to have a lot of their rings here for some reason. But these are really quality made stones because they're all prong set, and the color on this one is just fabulous. Look at that. Look at that enamel. It's like a turquoise enamel. This one does not have enamel, but the stones, really cool rings, and I love wearing them. And as I said before, each time that I wear them, I get a tremendous amount of compliments. Now this, which is very similar to the reverse carved ring, this is not a reverse carved ring. What it is sterling silver band on the inside. And then the band has some sort of, like, I guess, vermeil. It's covered in gold. And then floating inside the lucites are little Swarovski crystals. So this is a lucite ring with floating crystals. And in the inside is sterling silver with gold overlay. Really cool ring. So you can see how these 2 rings are very similar to each other. One is a high end and one is not as high end, but they're both equally gorgeous. And I bought this at a thrift store. I wish I knew who made it, but I don't. So if anybody knows, please let me know. This is similar to the other Jaicro ring, the enamel ring, but this one is blue. Cool, very cool. Now these are 2 hunker of a ring. Okay, and this one here, look at that. That black one is gorgeous. And I've worn that many times. I won that dancing, and I had to just take it off because when you're dancing, they're holding your hands and they're grabbing it, and it's not the most comfortable ring. It's comfortable if you just like leave it like this, you know, where you're just like la la la. Can I have a glass of wine, please? But it's not comfortable when somebody's grabbing your hands to dance. But this is a similar ring in red. It's not as well made as this black one. This black one is just woof. And I don't think it's a designer made. So you don't have to spend lots and lots of money to have these good quality rings. I wish I could remember where I bought this one. I don't. This is another ring that I bought on QVC or HSN, one of those programs. This is a rose colored ring, and it has diamonds, little diamond chips, and it has an actual cameo. That's a real cameo. And this is a huge ring. I happen to like huge rings. Look how pretty that is. Diamonds, framing the carnelian, not carnelian, excuse me, the cameo. This is a ring. It's a Liz Claiborne ring, but what I like about this ring is that, can you see it? You can see right through it. This is a chunk of glass. A chunk of glass. And it's being held up by a pin that's in the inside. And it's just a nice modern looking ring, and I happen to like it a lot. I think it's a Liz, it says LC, and I think that stands for Liz Claiborne. Cool ring. Here's another amethyst ring, and I think this is another QVC purchase. There was a period in my life where I was purchasing stuff from QVC. I still do a little bit once in a while, but not as much as I did in the past. And this is with purple enamel in like a gesture pattern. Gesture because of the diamonds and diamond shapes that are used. And it has like an ombre effect where it goes from light to light, darker, and then darkest on the shank of the ring. The stone is huge. It's for a huge stone, unlike some of the other ones. This is a more comfortable fit, and I think it's because it's thinned here. The profile is thin, and so the majority of the weight is in the stone. So that's cool. This here ring is a cool ring because this is an actual stone ring. You can't really see too well, but there's a line that runs, a natural line that runs through this ring, and it's heavy, and it's probably some kind of stone or quartz or something like that. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. But it's not plastic, and that is a nice ring. Because when here in New York in the summertime, the winters rather, we use a lot of black. Here is a ring that spins. And this ring maybe I got, I don't know, 5 years ago. On one side it says Je t'aime. I think it's French for I love you. So it's the spin ring. And it's actually a really comfortable ring, so you can wear it like this, or you could wear it like that. This is a cool ring made of wood. But you don't even need precious stones to have a beautiful ring. I think this is like an Ann Taylor ring, or maybe, let's see. Oh, fossil. This is a fossil ring, okay? And I do have a lot of bangles that are made of wood, and when I wear the bangles, I sometimes put on this ring. So it doesn't always have to be glitz and glamour, you know? This ring I recently purchased at the thrift store, and I knew it was a quality ring when I felt the weight of it. And it's by Lynx, Lynx, And this one has like a tiger's eye effect to it, and very modern. Even the band of the ring is kind of squared versus round. It's a very comfortable ring. It has like a brown hue to it. When you move the eye, it kind of looks like a cat's eye. It does move. And that is a cool ring. Very comfortable, very well made. I'm down to the last of the rings. Another Jaicro ring, similar to some of the other ones with thin shank. This is a ring, and I want to say this is an Avon ring. Yeah. I'm trying to look for, yeah, I don't, and it came with a matching bracelet, I believe. And it looks real, but it's not, it's fake. So, very delicate and dainty compared to some of my other rings that I purchased. This is another Jaicro ring. I think I purchased every Jaicro ring that they had. And they don't really have a lot, but this is the clear version, and this is the colorful version. So you have two versions of the same ring. One clear that you can wear with almost anything, and the other one that has some color to it. So now these rings, and it's broken, and I have to get it repaired. It has the strings attached to it. It should be 2 strings, and this is like a knuckle ring. So this goes down like this, and then I think I wore it one day, and I'm a little hard on my jewelry, so okay, like that. And then I have this ring here, which is very similar to it. So look at that. Okay, so you can wear the rings like this. These are sterling with spinel faux black diamonds. These have a string connecting it, and I have to get this one repaired. This is when I was doing my Aurora Borealis phase. I bought the round version. I showed you the silver and the square. This is the gold and round, and I wear this often when I go out dancing. It's very comfortable and very flashy and cool. I'm going to show you 2 more, and I think that's it for, maybe 3 more I'll show you. So here's another ring that I bought at TJ Maxx. Kind of reminded me of the Heidi Daas collection. Swirls in all different kind of stones. Very cool. This, I think it's Ann Taylor, and it's faux turquoise with diamonds surrounding it. Very nice, you know, not too heavy, not too soft ring, and it's pretty decently made. This is the last. This ring here, I even forgot I had this ring. It's a sterling ring, and probably should be in my other jewelry. So maybe I'll bring that one out when I bring out my sterling. I'm going to move it over to the sterling jewelry box. And here is a cheapy ring with the stretchy band. But what I like about it was the cool stone. This is another cheapy ring, and I like the stones. This is another cheapy ring with a nice hunker of a stone. Cheapy ring. I say cheapy, but they're a lot of fun to wear. So don't knock the cheapy ones. I think that's it, except for this one here. Oh, and the reason why it's in this bag is because the stone came loose. I got to get that fixed. Luckily, I found the stone. The stone is missing from here. It's supposed to look like this. And the ring goes on like that. That's a nice ring. And that, my dear friends, is my costume jewelry collection of costume jewelry rings. Thank you. If you like, hit the the subscription button, and the like button if you want to see more videos of my jewelry. Peace out.